Hello, my Fireflies, and welcome back to the Cyan Firefly. It's me, Lyiat.
And Azilie.
And today we are going to take a look at the lowest point in my YouTube career, I have to say. The game...
We gotta thank you for this one, Kazdone, really.
The game that we're looking at is a game known as Secret of the Magic Crystals. And if that sounds cutesy, that's because it bloody is.
It's so cutesy you're gonna get a diabetic shock.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I believe we want to play the game in English rather than Francés, Espanol, or Dutch.
Por favor.
I don't know how to actually properly pronounce German in German.
Just hit the button.
Deutsch?
Just hit the button before I slap you.
Alright, so, as you can see, unicorn! Yes, this is actually a horse raising simulator. I wish it was a horse racing simulator. That would be so much more interesting. But no, it's a horse raising simulator. And yes, the horses are kind of interesting. Yeah. You can't turn the tutorial off, by the way. I found this out the hard way. The tutorial will constantly be following you throughout the entire game.
Oh, good lord.
Now, I do have a save already made, so...
Yeah, why don't we tell them why you got a free save game going?
Okay.
This is rich.
Our fans can hear something at the moment. You see those little shamrocks?
Yeah.
Those are something later, but we can't actually hear the noise. But whenever you hear that noise, look for those shamrocks, and I'll tell you why afterward. Anyway, so, this game is actually a very slow-burning game. The entire goal is that you have to raise, like, 5, and there are season changes, but again,
we'll get to that later.
You have to raise 5 level 5 horses.
They're all sparkly and magically and remind you of sickening childhood.
You also have to raise your gate, this thing right here, to level 5, and then with your level 5 horses, you have to send them off on special quests to find the magic crystals. I believe there are something like 30 of them.
Oh, good lord. Didn't you say you also have to get all of your buildings to level 5 as well, not just the gate?
It definitely helps. Anyway, so, let's head to the stable and see the stars of the show. Alright. Let's skip Lindsay for now. So we have,
Johan.
Yeah, Johan, who is a unicorn. Trot, trot, unicorn. We have Trey, the demon horse.
Oh, good lord.
Yes, he is literally demon steed.
What? What is this?
We have an empty corral.
An empty corral.
An empty corral, and then... Yes, Lindsay, the unicorn. The Pegasus, actually. She's a Pegasus. She has no wings. They're on her hooves.
Okay, I had to look, but I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Until you pointed it out, now I can see him. What the flying... Pardon my language, what is this?
Children will be likely watching this one, so please watch your language.
Yeah.
Alright, so... ignoring everything else with these other horses. So, to start, you first have to get a horse. You typically start with a unicorn, I believe, but we're going to start from step 1 and show you the steps of raising a horse. So, you have to go and buy a colt from the shop. Luckily, I have plenty of gold to do so. No, I don't want... Hold on. I already have one of these types of horses. That's the unicorn type. Hold on. I want to show you guys something new. Something new and exciting. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to let me. Alright, let's head back out to the farm. Because this game's going to be a pain in the butt already.
See, the one thing that I love about this is how rapidly the seasons change. It's like every time you change screens, it's spring, summer, fall, winter. Why? And,
no, yeah,
right,
there was a
right
transition
there, right
there.
there.
So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Shamrocks again. Alright, let's head back to the stable. Since the season changed, hopefully the selection for the horses have changed.
Oh god, is it determined by the freaking seasons?
It might be. I have no idea.
Oh, looks like it is.
Okay. Let's see here. No, now we only have demon horses and unicorns. Let's head back out.
Oh, good lord.
You know, and this is a valid point. In order to get the type of horse that you want, you might have to swap through a couple of seasons to actually do so, which is arbitrary. It should just let you.
Heck yeah.
You know, do you want to buy this kind of horse? Do you want to buy this kind of horse? Or do you want to buy this kind? God,
Oh, just
bloody hell!
pick something for Christ's sake.
One more time. Well, before I actually go and do that, let me explain to you some of these buildings. Of course, you have your stables, which is where all your horses are
Capped, yeah.
kept. You have the well, which is somehow determines how many horses you can have. Actually, upgrading the stables, the only thing that does is it gives you more items to buy for your horses. I'm trying to wrap my brain around that logic. You have the blacksmith, where you can make horseshoes, which can give your horses permanent enhancements. You have the barn, which is used to cure sick horses and to which is to cure sick horses and to make potions, which add temporary bonuses.
Aha.
Then you have the corral, where you train your horses.
Right.
And then you have the gate, where you send your horses out on missions and you set them up for races. That all sounds really exciting, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's get to that in a few moments. I just want to get a new kind of horse. Gosh darn it. Stop it with the bloody tutorial. Here we go. Mountain peoples bred this kind of muscular horse, so that's an option. Is there any others? Ah, this cult's ancestors were fearless and wild by nature. I like this one, because I already know what this is. Alright. There's... You try pronouncing that.
A geisha?
A geisha. So, you have to clean and treat the horse well while it's growing up, and that will make the horse smarter, believe it or not. So the more attention you pay to it, well, it's a colt, the smarter the horse is when it levels up, so to speak, and becomes an adult, which is a pretty fast process. Come on. Sparkle brush. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle brush.
Yeah.
Sparkle brush. Come on.
Maybe we should try some of the other tools.
No, that only wastes time.
Ah, look! Yay! It grew
And
up. Wow!
flaming horse.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
that's
lie,
definitely-
the design for these horses is really freaking cool.
Yeah, but that wasn't what you were expecting when you looked at that little colt, was it?
No, it turned into like this freaking molten lava horse.
Yes.
Did not see that one
And that's
coming.
the same with all the other horses, too. They look completely normal.
Mundane,
Yeah,
and then
they
suddenly,
grow up and wah! So,
that's actually kind of cool.
here's our horse. It's very basic. It has pretty much no stats except for intelligence, which is 100 out of 100. So it is a very bright horse. Intelligence determines how quickly you can raise the other stats, so it's very important to try to get that to max.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
Alright.
In some weird way, I guess.
So, you notice these two little bars down here. You have spirit and you have condition. I do not know what the hell these do. The game does not explain what any of the stats do at all. The only reason why I know what intelligence does is because I had to look it up.
Great tutorial.
Yes.
Really. The
Now,
tutorial follows you around. That's bad.
Condition and spirit both seem to go down when you send your horses out to go do stuff.
So maybe it's kind of like... Well, that even makes sense.
Well, condition
Stamina is already one of the...
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, condition goes down much faster, but it recharges on its own, whereas spirit goes down very slowly, and the less spirit the horse seems to have, the more it seems to be able to fail quests. So, I think that kind of relates. I also think a higher spirit gives you a higher % chance of winning races. So what can you do in here? Well, you can groom your horse's flanks, you can sponge their head, and you can groom their hooves.
Oh, look at that. He's presenting his host to you.
All of
How
that
nice.
raises spirits. If you want to raise the horse's condition, you can feed it.
Eat. Eat, you horrible creature.
I want to know why this thing isn't burning down the pen it's in. Or you can have it drink. You can take your horse to water.
Yeah, okay. Now,
I thought you could take your horse to water, but you couldn't make it drink.
They lied. No, you can also buy upgrades for their corral as well.
Which offers very limited benefit to your horse, but they're not that expensive. You can actually get money pretty quickly if you know what you're doing. Let's see here. Would be a good one. Typically, the more expensive it is, the better. All right, let's go with this one.
It always goes?
I'm not sure if that changed at all, but all right. You can change all of these, by the way. Let's go with this one. Swap through here. Let's give it that one. Did that actually work? Yeah, it did. No cosmetic change, though. Alright, and then a bucket, because buckets can somehow improve your horse's stats.
Sure, that makes total sense.
It's like the walrus's bucket. Don't question it. Alright, so that improved the horse's stats a little bit.
Huh,
and with these, it actually allows you to get your horse beyond the max. I don't see why.
Okay.
I don't see why you would want to do that, but you apparently can, and more stats, the better, I suppose, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the theory. Alright, let's go to the blacksmith. Blacksmith. Alright. Oh. No.
Get back here.
Get back here.
That thing looks like it's...
Yes, she looks depressed, but I will explain why she looks like that afterward. I specifically made sure she was in that state.
Aha. You
all right.
cruel person.
So
you.
here, we can make horseshoes. Now, you figure out your recipes by going in here, into your little book of recipes. And I can find out any one of these at any point, so I just basically have to pick a recipe. This one looks expensive, which must mean it's good. So let's do that. Alright. That adds
a huge octopus had kept this recipe at the bottom of the ocean. Later, it was stolen by a famous pirate. Well, okay then.
Mm-hmm.
Davy Jones lost his recipes, apparently.
This one apparently gives a +10 bonus to strength.
7 bonus to stamina, 6 to dexterity, and 9 to reflex.
Alright, and this takes,
I'm hoping that
some sort of green crystal.
I'm hoping these are made up words.
Arum and Caeruleus calculus? What?
What is this?
Okay. You also have to do it in order, by the way. Otherwise, it completely screws it up. Alright, so take this one. This one. And then this one, right?
Yeah.
Get ready. Oh, yes, and then it's a beat puzzle.
Oh, Jesus.
Is if you screw it up, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's mini games within the game.
Yep.
Popular.
And people who are watching might notice that that doesn't sync up to the beat of this music in the background whatsoever. So it's a pain in the butt. There we go. Horseshoe. You can give the horseshoes to your horse by picking them up from the anvil. Then you can put them on the horse. So, here we go. Even though this is completely arbitrary. But there we go. We gave our horse horseshoes, which boosted its stats again.
Okay, then.
And I believe we can go back to the stable and see the new horseshoes up on the horse's wall. No. Those are still the same brown color. Okay. You can also buy new brushes, by the way. I don't think the brushes do any more stats, but they do, raise condition and spirit faster.
Oh, that would make sense,
Alright, so now we must train the horse by going to the corral. This sounds exciting, doesn't it?
You'd think.
Yes. Okay, so
And then you get 4 different types of training that you can
have
put the horse
sledge pulling, you have obstacle course, you have forest course, and you have dressage course. I'm not familiar with horse racing stuff, so I don't know what dressage is.
I'm not really familiar with horse training, but dressage is usually
Well,
the fancy walks.
You're the one who actually helped raise miniature horses, so.
Well, dressage is usually like fancy walks and trotting the horse around. It's what they usually do for some really
Basically being a
prestigious
show pony.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really prestigious.
So, obstacle
contests.
course is strength and reflexes. Forest course is stamina, dexterity, and speed. Dressage is speed and dynamic reflexes. And sledge pulling is stamina and strength. Now, it doesn't really matter. You can do all of these in turn, and basically all you really have to do is do each of them once. For a level 1 horse, at least. It gets a little bit more when you are dealing with a level 2 horse.
Right.
However, this is just a level 1 horse, so here we go. Obstacle course.
Whee! This'll be fun!
Yeah, not really. It's another...
That's another beat puzzle.
Yeah, except there's no beat to follow. It's really just wait until the arrows go over your horse.
And then they start spinning, press them.
And there's no real rhyme or reason to it. I can barely tell the difference between a perfect and a good, other than the fact that it'll say perfect or good up in the corner.
And it really doesn't tell you what happens until the end. It's like, oh, you hit this too early, or...
Yeah, there isn't a huge amount of feedback here. I can't really tell why I'm getting goods as opposed to perfects on some of these jumps. Now, with the obstacle course, for some reason my timing is pretty much perfect. I can barely even watch this and just go right ahead. Alright, and there we go. Jumpy, 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 jumpy.
Voila, we're done.
Finish! Yep, and that was all perfect. That should give me a 100%. There we go. So that brought up the horse's stats quite a bit, in theory. Ba-boom!
Holy crap.
Mouth.
Nah.
Alright, forest course.
And again, the seasons change.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, and it tells you the tutorial for the training every single time, giving you this arbitrary get ready. Frame rate drop there. That was weird. This game is frame locked to 30 FPS for absolutely no reason. What?
I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by the background. I don't know what's going on with this.
What's wrong with the background?
I don't know. It looks weird. I don't know, maybe this is
Oh,
me.
you mean how it seems to be flowing past everything else?
Yeah!
Like it's made out of water?
Yeah!
Yeah,
That!
the background is actually what I believe is the skybox. It actually ends right there.
What?
Now,
Really?
for those who do not know gaming terminology, the skybox is what you see in most games, like, say in Skyrim, when you look up, that's the skybox. The skybox has see, there was a good there, and I don't really know where that good was, and I don't know why that was a good rather than a perfect.
Yeah.
I don't see why my timing was off. Whatever. Alright, but yeah, the skybox is generally what you see in most games. It's like what's above you, and it'll end at a certain set point in the distance.
Right.
With this game, it seems like it literally just ends right there.
Well, okay then.
Your horse is exhausted. As we can see, the condition's gone completely down to the bottom. The spirit is still pretty much full. Now, while he recovers, I'm gonna teach you some other things about the game. So, first off, here we are. This is your farm, of course. This is where you acquire all sorts of different things. Now, this is where I'm going to explain to you that shamrock thing. Now, whenever that music pops up, a shamrock appears, and you have to try to find it. Here we go. So, let me... Now, I actually can't hear anything because Azilie and I are both co-commentating, which means we don't get, Ah, there we go. Thank you very much. You have found the clover. Your horse will perform better better with the lucky clover in the next race. And it appears up here. Okay?
Okay.
Very simple and easy to understand. So then you go to the gate, you enter the gate. Now we're not going to send...
a geisha.
Yeah, we're not going to send a geisha because a geisha is very young and probably wouldn't do very good at it because her stats are not maxed out. We're not going to send Lindsay because Lindsay is a little depressed right now. Go away, Lindsay.
She's a little depressed now. I guess Miss Lohan needs to go back to rehab.
Hello! I am Lindsay Lohan! Alright. Now, Johan is a level 2 horse, which means he does more advanced races. His races are a little harder, but he has the stats for it because his go up to 200 rather than to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm going to actually send him off on a race. I'm going to send him to a show jumping race. Now, this sounds like it'd be really cool, doesn't it? This actually sounds like, you know, this is the cool part of the game. This is where you actually get to do something very interesting.
Not at all.
No. It lets you train the horse, but it doesn't let you participate in the races. This is all the racing is. That's all it is. Now, you could sit here and watch it, however, there's really no point to doing that. So I'm going to step out of that. Alright, and now we have Trey. Now, we're going to send Trey off on a quest instead. Now, Trey has maximum stats for himself as well. He's got high spirit and high condition, so he should be fine. So, we're going to send him off on a quest. We could send him on a plow, he could deliver a letter, a cart, or he could help the milkman. Milkman?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, so Milkman, if he finishes the quest successfully, we'll get a little bit of gold, and we'll get an item to make, like, horseshoes and make potions and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So there we go.
So that's how you get the stuff to do the horseshoes.
So we can send him off. Now, I find it very concerning that you just send a horse off on its own to deal with strange people.
But they're sparkly magical horses.
That's a demon horse. There's nothing sparkly about it.
Watch out, Equestria.
Right. Now, the thing about quests is that quests are a little bit more dangerous than races are. And that brings us to Lindsay. As you can see, Lindsay seems a little depressed. That's because she's actually ill. She contracted a disease while out on her last quest.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
So now she's all depressed, and she's, you know, she's not really feeling all that well. So we take the stethoscope.
Sound it out.
Which, attention, the medicine costs 50 gold. Do you wish to buy the medicine? Yes. Now, that doesn't cure the horse. It gives you, it arbitrarily fills up this syringe, which now you administer the medicine, and then the horse gets better. I don't see why it doesn't just heal the horse right there. But yeah, there you go. Now Lindsay's feeling better. As you can see, we've got some return from quest stuff. We've got an item. That's all based on a timer. You don't really have to participate in that at all.
Yeah.
That at all. Alright, so let's go back to the corral. It looks like our flame horse is all ready to do some more training. As boring as that is. No, go away, Lindsay. I have no need of you anymore. Alright, so a geisha. Now we're on to dressage. And all of these are the exact same, by the way. These are all just as boring as one another. It's all arrow stuff.
I mean, graphically, the game is really pretty.
Yes.
The horse designs are really, really neat. I won't go as far as say fantastic, but they're really neat. This is definitely a game for children.
Yes, and it would be
the game is rated EC.
Yes, this would
and
be
we hate you so much, Casdone. Really.
Yes, this would be a very good game for children, but the thing is, it's just not a very good game. Like, I could deal with it just being a cutesy little horse racing game, but it has very, very poor mechanics. The only gameplay element to it, really, are these training sessions, and they are boring as hell. There's no real challenge to them at all. You're just watching these things scroll across the screen. There's no rhythm. It's not complicated. I mean, maybe it's complicated for, say, a child. But even then, I'm pretty sure that most children would just be able to do that arbitrarily. I'm pretty sure they would get pretty bored with it. And then there are other concepts that would probably confuse the heck out of kids, like the questing. Like if their horse got sick, I'm not sure if they really know how to deal with it all that well, or how to prevent their horse from getting sick, like only sending it when it had high condition and high spirit. They would probably get very easily frustrated with this game, to be honest. And not to mention, it takes a very long time to complete, and I'll explain exactly why after I'm done this, because this should actually bring this horse all the way up to full stats. Alright. Keeps on tugging along. God, this is so boring. At least the environment changes. At least it has that much.
Yeah.
Though those trees have some really ugly textures on them.
Yeah, looking at them right now, they look kind of like... Right at the bases, it looks like they've just kind of been stuck there. They've been plastered there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say, because the horses have some really nice textures. I really like how the horses look, and that
anything in the foreground is really, really decent. I don't know about the trees.
Yeah, but the scenery stuff, it kind of stinks.
Yeah.
All right, so that should all maxed out. All right. So now we're gonna go back to the stable. All right, here we go, and we're gonna feed him and treat him nice and get his spirit back up. Ah, he's so happy. Well, she. A geisha is a female name, isn't it?
I have no idea. I think they're bullshitting with these names.
No. Alright. Feed the horse. I'm surprised it just doesn't set that on fire. I mean, there is flames coming out of that bloody horse's nostrils. Now, as you can see,
there's a flame coming out of that horse's everything.
So as you can see, that popped up, that little heart.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh,
now I can actually.
Well then.
Now I can actually breed the horse.
And this, I'm sorry, this is a concept that I really don't think a child would understand either.
Yes. Now, as you can see, this one already has 2 hearts because it's already been bred.
Okay.
Johan is actually, Johan's mother is Lindsay.
Oh, okay.
So, alright, so there we are. So Trey. Alright, we also have to get Trey to maximum whatever. Here we are.
Horse.
Alright, so we click on breeding. A geisha. Alright,
okay.
And then we breed the horses, which makes Fanny. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. Really.
So we have Fanny. I suppose that works. And now we're going to bring Fanny back up to full spirit and just come on. Come on.
Grow bigger. For the love of God, grow bigger. Come on.
This takes way too long. This game is basically a giant time sink too. Everything.
If you want to get anything done, you really have to. You have to sit there for
you
hours.
might as well just set up a TV while you let things run, and just do other stuff. There we go, another flame horse, but this is a level 2 flame horse.
Ooh.
But you already see the problem here. This is a level 2 horse. The other 2 horses were level 1. How do you suspect you get a level 3? You have to breed 2 level 2 horses.
How do you get a level 4? Breed 2 level 3 horses.
You have to breed so many horses just to get 1 level 5 horse. Let alone to get 5 level 5 horses.
And that's how you win, is by getting all 5 level 5 horses.
Yeah. It is. And this game basically has an MMO level time sink. It is stupid. I don't even know. Artery Studios, the guys who made this game, it's a nice first attempt. I really see what these guys were trying for here, but this game could be infinitely better. The only real gameplay element to this is the whole corral, where really the excitement seems like it would be at the gate. And really, what you have is boring.
Sad to say.
Now, it does get more complicated as you go along. I'll bring it through with Fanny, by the way. Fanny, that's such an improper name for a flaming horse. But this is actually harder because it's a level 2 horse, so it puts up the difficulty a little bit.
Yeah, it's going a little bit faster, a little bit more complicated.
And there's more pointers. I'm assuming it'll get at least a decent amount complicated once it gets to level 5. But that's going to take so long to even get one level 5 horse. And you're only going to be doing this while you have to train the initial horse. So, really, there's no point to continue doing this after the horse is all the way max level. So, after that point, you keep on sending your horses on quests and on races, and that's all. I mean, I really don't know. This is kind of a bad game. And the really lovely thing is that this game does have Steam achievements. The best thing about those Steam achievements is that when you get them, it kicks you out of the game and asks you if you want to sign into Facebook to tell everybody that you got an achievement. It brings up a web URL.
No, it does?
I specifically made sure that I would not be doing anything during the progress of this video that would do that, because it would annoy the hell out of me and it would stop the recording. Alright, but here's the details on the game. You can buy it on Steam right now for $5. I really do not know why you would want to, because again, it is a really bad game. Maybe if you're that extreme of a brony, you'll really want this title. But,
or if you're that desperate to put your child in front of a computer and get them out of your hair. This would definitely be something that they would probably sit in front of a computer and just...
I just don't see why you would really want to play this.
No.
Artery, you could have done a better job. You could have
made... With what they've got under their belt, like, granted, they really haven't done a lot when it comes to games. This is one of their first ones. It was like 2008.
The other one is Africa, which is a puzzle game.
Yeah, and then there's another one...
It sounds a little bit like Tetris, but with animal blocks to me.
Okay.
But, the other one is a game that I don't even know what the heck it's called.
Oro?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Looks like a teaching game. Also, you can sell your horses. Might as well mention that. It's a special quest at the gate. By the way, you can only breed your horses once.
Yeah.
After that, they can't breed ever again, so... You can't just keep a breeding pair and get yourself a bunch of level 2 horses.
Yeah.
So, I could sell Fanny to get a decent amount of money, but really, the horse that I want to sell right now is Lindsay, because I can't breed her again. So there's really no point on keeping Lindsay. And Trey, for that matter. So there's no point on keeping these 2 horses around other than to send them on races and basically use them as a gold farm. Which is... Yay! Raising horses! The only thing I can really see these horses at this point, and the mechanics lend themselves to this, are profit margins. That's really all they are, once you get them to max level and you've bred them. That's really all it is.
That's kind of disappointing. It really, really is. I'm sorry, Artery, but...
But this game, I mean, you could have made the quests playable, you could have made, you know, the Sender race playable. You could have made the horses be more, like, actually important rather than just being farms to pop out more horses and get you gold. I mean, I should feel like I'm trying to build some sort of relationship with the horse, rather than just staring at stats and not even really caring if they get sick all that much, because really, you can send them out on quests and stuff if they get sick. The only thing that really changes is that sloping down animation. I can still make money off of them. There's no real reason to cure them until you have to send them off to sell, because you can't sell them when they're sick. So, you don't really establish a relationship with the horses, you don't really do much with them at all. And, I don't know. It's a really poor game, and that's just the end of it. They could have done so much more to make this so much more interesting. So it's not even, you know, the cutesy nature of it. It's not the fact that you're racing horses that I don't like. It's the fact that it's just really just a bad game.
Unfortunately.
For everyone. You might be able to entertain with a kid with it, and I specifically, little girls who love ponies, or maybe that slightly more effeminate boy who also likes ponies. Or maybe the most hardcore bronies out there. But I don't even think bronies would like this game simply because it's just so boring.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's about all the time we have for this one, Fireflies. This has been Lyiat
And Azilie.
with Secrets of the Magic Crystal. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See you later.